Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to use a hand pump lift for patients. These are very common in the healthcare field for some of our patients, and I'm going to show you how to use one because it's very important that you know how to use one for the safety of your patient when transferring them with a Hoyer lift, especially one like this. This one is a hand pump one. So you have to pump it up yourself and let it down yourself. But we're going to go over the safety measures for that. First thing with dealing with any patient is always make sure you wash your hands and you put your gloves on. When putting the sling on, make sure their hole is right where the butt is. My little helper is not really that long, but his butt is normally where it is. With this one, it has chains. Long chains are for long legs, the short ones, short snips. And a patient taught me that. So always make sure when you hook them up, this part right here is always facing outward towards you. That way you don't hurt the patient with cutting themselves. Normally when a patient's in a sling, you always want to ask them to cross their arms when you're getting ready to lift them up. And before letting them down, that way they feel a little more secure. But you always want to make sure, before you put the sling on, make sure the bed is completely flat. Their head is down, their feet is down, because you're going to have to probably roll them to get that sling on. So what we're going to do is, we're going to do the hand pumping. Bring our friend up. Now, with the short ones being up by the head and the long ones being down by the bottom and the hips, that's going to put them in a sitting position. And then always make sure before you do this, you lock it down whenever you put it under the bed to put them in position. They have these little things right here. All you gotta do is put your foot on it and it'll go down and it'll lock in and secure so you're not rolling away with anybody. There's one on both sides. After you have put the patient wherever they need to go and it's time to transfer them back to bed, you're going to do the same thing with the hand pump, but putting them down with this particular lift is going to be the tricky part because you have this little lever right here. This lever right here controls the air that's in this part to let down the lift. And if you push it too fast, you're going to drop your patient. So what I like to do is I like to go really slow. He's going down really slow. Just let it down and be slow and steady. It's okay if it takes a little longer than what you're wanting. The key is to always keep the patient safe. But always make sure that the sling is on right, their butt is in position, and everything's where they need to be so they can be sitting in a position. After you let it down, don't let it all the way down to their body, but after you've let it down, just push it back and it'll stop it. Then you can unhook it. And put it up like so. Then, to move it out of the way, you're going to just push it up with your foot on both sides. And for this particular lift, it moves. So I like to hold it up just a little bit so it doesn't like scare the patient with how cold the chain is if you hit their belly. Then you can reposition your patient in bed with the sling underneath. Some patients like to keep the sling underneath them when they're in bed, which is a big help, but you also want to make sure that if they do that, you're turning them every 2 hours so they don't get pressure sores from the lift being underneath them. Some don't, and you have to roll it out, which is okay, but you always want to make sure the patient is safe and secure and always just all around happy with your care. So that's it for now. Just so you know, this is probably not the best tutorial in the world, but hopefully it helps y'all understand the importance and the safety of patients for using a hand pump lift. Thank you guys for watching.